Have you ever been ghosted by someone you really liked and didn't know how to win them back? Or maybe you're in a relationship but want to explore together without drama or jealousy? Well, if that's you, you'll want to tune into this week's episode of the Inner Confidence Podcast. We have Laurence and his girlfriend Anna from Modern Success sharing their unique love story. Jared's going to reveal how he turned things around after Anna initially ghosted him and how they now successfully navigate a monogamous / quasi-open relationship where they even hunt for other partners together. This episode is perfect for those of you who are looking for either monogamy with the girl of your dreams or monogamy plus the option for a few extra adventures. You're listening to the Inner Confidence Podcast, home to the social funnel method. My name is Robbie Kramer. I've been a coach since 2007, and I've helped over 1,300 digital nomads, expats, and remote workers build an amazing social and dating life abroad. My mission is simple: to help you position yourself to meet stunning women and make awesome friends en route to becoming the most confident and attractive version you can be. I have an intense hatred for fluff and useless advice that you can't take action on, so tune in each week to learn the most effective and implementable strategies to level up your game. So stick around, let's go.
So Anna is a lovely gamer. You did like the whole thing with like Twitch and all that, or no?
I did Twitch a little bit, but I never like blew up on it. I never stayed consistent.
So I when I started dating her, I saw her playing all the fucking games, the Xbox stuff, the PC games, whatever. And then one game I noticed she liked more than the others, and that was Fortnite. And so I'm like, all right, teach me to play.
It's all about the lineup.
So she was a good coach. She actually was a great coach, but I'm as good with video games, like shooting games, as I am with sports, and I'm Jewish, and I'm not that good with sports. So I'm the guy that's like running around and like shooting at the ceiling. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But the first time I played Fortnite, she kept telling me you gotta have the lineup, and she's like telling me go there.
Not like yelling at him, but I was like, you have to do this. No, why are you doing that?
She was motivating and motivational, and she gave me the lineup. I got in first place. It's like a death arena. There's like 100 people spawn. And you have to be the last one alive. And I was the last one alive. And I take a lot of pride in that.
Look at you. I want to hear the story of how you guys met and how you ended up together.
Up for a debate, honestly. It's kind of... So, you want to tell your version or my version?
My version, he slid into my DMs on Instagram.
My version, I saw her on Tinder, I think. Tinder or Hinge, one of the dating apps. She didn't match with me because she's a butt face. But I saved her Instagram.
My Tinder was full of so many people, so like friends, you had no chance.
And then I checked it again, and her Tinder was gone. So I
got banned because people thought I was a catfish because so many people were messaging me, I wasn't responding.
So my match got lost throughout the hundreds of guys trying to hit on her or whatever. But she had her social media in there, so I copied and pasted that, went on social media. And then I did my whole long like strategy of trying to.
I love it.
I use a script.
What's the script? Tell us the script.
100%. Tried and true. What was the whole X? Back then, I was doing my Tinder script. I was promoting my Legion, which if anybody wants it, by the way, happy to send it out to everybody watching. But it was kind of like, I don't remember how it goes.
I remember I was getting my hair done, and he stood up on one of my posts, and he was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I got my hair done." He was like, "Excuse me, no, you got your hair did." And I was like, "Oh."
So you waited for. He waited for like a specific story and you commented on the story?
I never just randomly slide into girls' DMs. I find it creepy. I find it weird. So I will follow her, hope she follows me back. If she doesn't, it is what it is. And then what I do is I wait for a story, or it could be a post that's not a thirst trap. So something that's just about her life, normal things that most guys wouldn't comment on. And then this one, in case she's getting her hair done or whatever, and I corrected it. I think maybe it was a post because you're like getting my hair done. And then I showed her the post or messaged her, be like, excuse me, it's get your hair did. Right? And I just played her, and then that kind of took me from there. And there's something about the ex-wife or no?
And isn't it true, just not to cut you guys off for 1 second, isn't it true that if you respond to a story, that goes into your inbox versus if you just cold DM, that goes into like the other folder? This is what I've heard, but I could be wrong.
Only if we follow you back. If we don't follow you back, then it goes in the request folder.
Even a story response?
Coach.
Really? Did they change that? Because
I'm pretty sure it's request. Unless we
there's still requests because I'll still get people on my business account sometimes responding to a story, and there's still my filtered one that's like go in there and see like they're saying action, they're saying
it's
gift.
Not like the general, it's the other tab.
Right. So there's primary and then general and then like a spam one. So I think it's general, but primary are like the tried and true people that you know that makes sense.
All right, so you checked your other folder, Anna, to get that story?
I followed you back, I think. Did I or no?
Not handsome, what can I say?
I don't remember.
When you got a face like this, how did she not follow me back?
Honestly, I never really checked my request, so I'm going to assume I followed you back.
I guess.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
And then what?
Oh, and then he convinced me to hang out with him. He has
the story.
Fished me in with sushi and puppies.
I did. I
was like, I love hookah. I love puppies.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like sushi?
I blatantly abuse my dog. My dog is my best wingman. So I will use Cupid to the full max. By the way, also with cold approach, amazing for pulling girls back to your place. You're hitting it off with a girl. And I'm like, it's getting kind of late. I got to go walk my dog. I don't know if you want to meet him or not. And they're just like, yeah, I'll meet your dog. I'm like, thank you, Cupid. I guess he's a gift that keeps on giving.
You remember Wiley, right? Here he is. He's almost 16. I don't know if you can see him there. Yeah.
Oh my God. What I remember about Wiley is you just throw like a raw chicken bone at him. I'm like, this guy's like a raptor just eating this raw chicken bone. I was like, oh my God.
My God.
The best wingman of all time.
But,
I see your puppy in the back.
So our first date is my apartment, number one. So she comes over for sushi, hookah. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm getting late. Nah. So instead, quickly, I don't know how it turned, but it turned out, I just thought like, oh, cute, blonde, bimbo girl, like whatever. No, that's what I thought. She comes over. We're starting talking about like business shit.
Wait, sorry. The first date was at the apartment or sushi first?
My apartment. Right to my apartment.
Yeah, we ordered sushi.
Okay.
Well, so I'm thinking like, I'm going to get laid. This is going to be easy.
Then we went out for hookah.
Yeah.
We didn't stay at his apartment.
But like in my head, I'm just like, oh, this is a done deal. Like,
we start playing chess. I help him with a coaching call. I didn't really know what it was. We were talking about business.
Within the first hour, we ended up playing chess with her, and we're talking about like business stuff, on how to grow. And I'm like, hold on, you're actually fucking interesting, and you're a nerd. And I'm just like this isn't computing in our world, Robbie. Like this doesn't happen. So I'm just like, all right, let's go out. It was like one time, I'm like, all right, I want to take you actually out now. And we went and we got hookah together. And then we ended up at a strip club. And then I'm just like, this is awesome. And then we just became inseparable until I fucked.
My wife's also a chess nerd. I love it. The girl plays chess. That's like such a huge, plus she's hot and plays chess. Like the two don't really go hand in hand,
Shit. You want to know what doesn't go hand in hand? She got me into anime. She out-nerded me. She's like, I'm a gamer. I'm in anime. I want to talk entrepreneur stuff with you.
Wait until I get him into manga. It's a whole new beat.
That's a lot of it. That's a whole nother. But yeah, I'm like, I've always wanted a pretty blonde, Jewish, nerdy girl that was extra, can be social with me, but also just like to stay in and stuff with me. And like, she just ticked all the boxes. So I was like, this is amazing. I almost blew it though. And this is something I teach my guys a lot is the first step is kind of what we do, to get the skill down, get the abundance going, right? Get a lot of dates on the calendar. But even at my level, this was back in 2021?
Yeah.
Right after COVID, right?
Yeah, I think it was like May. End of, yeah.
Well, that's very specific, but like.
I think so. I just know it was after my 21st birthday.
It was after COVID.
It had to be,
2021.
After, yeah.
So it's 2021. Now, this is at my level. This is not that long ago. I've been a coach now since 2007. I've been doing this,
as long as I have.
I've been doing this for a long time, right? As long as you have, right? But I was still messing up hard. I was good at getting the girl. I was good at, sleeping around, but I wasn't good at keeping the girl. I mean, that's not, I had a long relationship, but like, I didn't have clarity. I didn't realize how important this was until Anna. So basically, Anna and I were like in a situationship, and we were seeing each other all the time and hanging out. But then one night she doesn't come by. I end up hooking up with a different girl, and she comes in and she finds her panties in my bed.
That's not exactly how it happened. I came over and I noticed the cup was on the side of his bed, and I was like, wait, I wasn't here last night. I was like, who was hanging out with you in your room? And I couldn't look up, and I was like, whose is this? And you're like, oh, nothing. He ran away with it, and then we went to sleep, and I was like, something was weird. And I literally just took my flashlight, and I was just like looking around on the side of the bed, and I found her.
Right. And then she lay down in my bed.
I looked on the phone and I left.
So I'm just like, I didn't.
How amazing was it though? Like, drop the mic. You were like, "Why is she leaving? Is she crazy?" You went to sleep. Woke up the next morning, seen underwear under your pillow.
I literally thought she was nuts. I'm like, she just got mad at me in mid sleep and left in a rage. I'm like, this girl's nuts. I saved it.
And how long?
And then
how long had it been going on since at that point?
3 months, 2 months, 4 months.
It was like 4 months.
Yeah, just like
honestly,
3 months.
Though, like, no offense, the first red flag was when I found out that you weren't completely divorced yet. I remember.
That's nothing.
When he was like,
I'm separated.
Like, I know you were like, we're separated, but it wasn't finalized.
That's just legal shit. I don't think that's a red flag.
That was the first red flag.
I'll let the viewers and you decide, Robbie. My ex-wife is in San Diego. I'm here in Florida. We've been separated for a year now. I'm in the works of it.
We were in a situationship, and like randomly, I wake up one morning, and he was like, "Oh, I ordered us breakfast." I was like, "Oh, okay." We were on the phone with, "Oh, just my wife." I was like, "What the fuck?" I was literally like on my phone texting my girlfriend. So anyway.
So you guys hadn't had like the define the relationship conversation?
No. That's my defense. We were not exclusive. We never had that talk. And then we rekindled like a year and a half later.
As just friends.
Wait, so this happened, the panty incident happened, and then a year and a half went by?
I cut him off completely.
Early 2021, and then the end of 2022, I guess. So maybe.
Yeah, he found me on a date now.
Wait, so you just did you block him? Did you ghost?
Completely.
I was gone. I was out.
Wow.
No, not answer.
I found him on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Snapchat. Oh, I asked you about the dog.
Oh yeah, so when we were in a situationship, I bought a dog.
Yeah.
And he messaged me and he was like, "I just want to know how Venus is." And I was like, "Venus is fine." And that's the only thing I've ever said to him. And
I want to hear what the emotions that you went through, Jared, when that went down.
He missed my dog more than
I missed the dog. The really cute dog.
You just had to ask about the dog a year later.
I had to. I mean, the dog's cute as shit. Like it was Venus and Cupid. It doesn't get better than that. So I had to find out. And then she ended up becoming part of my friend group. And this is what I knew.
Don't skim over. How did you convince me to be friends with you again? Right? Yeah. So he reached out to me on Snapchat. I thought it was a dating app, but it was Snapchat. And he was like, "Hey, do you want to come on a mega yacht with me with a hot tub and a bunch of girls? It's just me, a bunch of girls."
That's how it started with Tom's thing?
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay. I was like,
social circle game, guys.
Like, I hate you, but you're going to be with a group of girls in a mega yacht with a hot tub. And I was like,
no contact for a year. Year and a half. You say something about the dog. You respond. There's some back and forth.
I'm sure that, there was a back and forth.
All I said was Venus is fine, period.
Right. So I
invite to the yacht.
Yeah. Well, at that phase now, I was getting into like, you know what? I've been in Florida for a bit, doing my thing. I want to start building up a legendary social circle again. I've done it here before. I did in Las Vegas. I did in San Diego. So let me start my usual bag of tricks. And what it is, I find a value connector, in this case, a guy with a big yacht. And I go, I can fill this yacht up with like 10 attractive women, no problem. Right? Whether that's true or not, I use Christmas value. I just say, yes, I got you. And he's like, yeah, we're going to take it out next week. Let's do it. I'm like, cool. Now I make my mission of every fucking girl I know, past, present, future, wherever I could find them. And I'm like, I should let you know about this offer. So she was one of the past girls. I was going through my database. I'm like, oh yeah, Anna was cool. Let me hit her up again, just as friends. And I want to build my entourage. My entourage always consists of about 6 ride or die girls who are just good friends, and they'll go out with you and they'll whatever. Do you remember the 3 rules of the entourage?
You have to be hot. You have to be drama free, and
you have to be fun.
You have to be fun.
Yes. So I have 3 rules every girl knows. You have to be these 3 things: fun, drama-free, and attractive. And if you are, I'll blow up your life. I'll get you on these mega yachts. I'll take you to the best clubs. I'll do all this cool shit.
The hot and drama-free doesn't quite go together, but whatever.
It's hard.
I was the one that added the drama-free because I was like, I cannot deal with
my drama-free is just get along with the other girls. You can't like fight. I can't have the infighting. So you just got to get along. If there's fighting, you're
at least it's like, don't pretend that there's no drama for the first few months. We know it's coming, but just keep it low.
Keep it. Do the healthy thing and bottle your emotions and keep it inside, and don't let this shit out in the group. Right, the group, because we don't want to ruin a good thing. I treat it like a company. I'm like, we have a good thing. Do not rock the boat. Like let's keep this going. Right, like so no drama.
And I love just to interject. I love you and I are some of the few people that are versed in both the dating stuff, like all the dating, seduction, all the stuff from the past, plus social circle. And one of my rules for, when I was building my social circles was always like, whenever I have an event, I want to bring at least 50% of the girls who are cool, who have been before, because that way you avoid like a mutiny situation where it's a bunch of new girls and then one girl says something about, oh, I don't like the boat, or the food sucks. And then all the girls just kind of bandwagon, and then you're fucked, right? So sounds like a similar thing that you're talking about here.
I did vet the yacht first, and it was awesome. And it wasn't that creepy. So I'm like, this is as good as it gets. It's got a hot tub on it. It's got servants. It's 100 feet. The guy's old, but he's not like creepy. He's a little off, but he's fine. And before then, I did one with another yacht, smaller, with a guy, and I literally brought girls around him. Me and my partner Cosmo, we brought some girls around with the guy. He takes the girl's hand and he's like sniffing at him, and she's like, "What is happening?" I'm just like, I don't know how to excuse this. Like, I don't know how to reframe this. This is...
Before we continue with the episode, if you're going out and getting numbers and want to improve your texting so more of those numbers convert to dates, check out my texting course. It will teach you the psychology of digital communication, which is surprisingly polar opposite in almost every way compared to live interactions. What works in person doesn't work in text, so this is almost always the area that men are making easily correctable mistakes that they're totally unconscious of. My course will optimize your texting, which is a skill you really need to master, and the best part is you can cut and paste your way to mastery. You can find the link in the description. It costs less than a round of drinks. And if you're going on dates and want to learn what to do so more of them end up in your bedroom, check out my free dating protocol. You'll learn to be an interesting guy to talk to, even if you're serious or over analytical. How to help a girl open up on a date, why talking about sex is a big taboo on dates if you want to get laid, and what to talk about instead, going from the first touch to the first kiss, how to invite her over to your place, and why you should skip 80% of the physical escalation moves you're doing back at your place. The link to this free guide is in the description. Out of all the guys I know, the only ones who manage to consistently land 8s and up are the guys who have built a social circle. You can certainly approach women and use the apps to get laid, but those strategies simply don't really work on top tier women. Think about it. She's hot, she has hot friends. And hot girls get invited to high status events almost every single night. So when it comes time to get ready for your date, do you think she's gonna show up or flake last minute when her girlfriend texts her to come to some awesome thing? As if she's gonna choose the random dude on Hinge or the guy who chased her down on the street over her social circle. No chance. If you're getting tons of flakes, this is the reason. But for most guys, the idea of building a social circle, especially if you're traveling or in a new city, can feel overwhelming. So they continue to hunt for women in their usual ways, and they end up settling for a girl they were never really that excited about in the first place. To avoid this fate, join our community of aspiring international playboys and instantly plug into a highly vetted social circle of cool dudes to network and navigate your journey with. You already know it's hard to find a wingman because the good ones don't really stay in the game very long. They get married, life goes on, right? Many of our members travel together, they end up living together, and they build amazing social circles in the best kept secret locations around the globe with gorgeous women and low cost of living. I'm extremely careful who I let into this community, but if you feel like you'd make a good fit, you can learn more about the social funnel method to consistently land top tier women and apply to join our community. The link is in the description. Now let's get back to the show.
You gotta find like the right people. It's not always gonna be a home run every time, but everything can be solved by just volume. Keep going out, keep meeting people, ask everybody you meet, who do they know? It's like business success and success with women are so intertwined in my mind. It's so ridiculously similar. I even coined the phrase the dating funnel. Just how you market yourself, how you sell yourself, and the retention, keeping the women around, and you working on yourself, you're the offer. It's all the same practices. How often you hit them up, everything. So if you have any guys listening who are business oriented, I urge you to shoot me a DM or check it out, because I will literally send you a screenshot of the dating funnel and it instantly clicks for these guys immediately.
So, okay. So you're on the yacht now and hadn't seen him for a year and a half.
Around there. Yeah.
What happened next?
And then we just became friends.
We literally became friends.
Just friends. Yeah. No benefits for like 6 months.
October to January. Like 3 or 4.
Literally hanging out like we were boyfriend and girlfriend, but nothing.
We were hanging out all the time. We were hanging out all the time as friends.
Yeah, like he met my family. We were hanging out on Christmas.
And were you in like full fuckboy mode, or?
No. So that's also what's interesting. So and this is all documented, by the way. So you look at the old, so not the Modern Success podcast, but back in the day, it was Modern Flirting. So if you look at the old Modern Flirting podcast and you look at the Halloween episode, you'll see in October, around the time I brought her in, I was now like, I'm on a mission to get a girlfriend. I'm over the partying and the fuckboy stuff, whatever. And this is why I think it worked well with Anna now, is I had clarity. I finally had clarity on what I really wanted. So I was like, I'm going to build up my social circle again. But now I'm not going to do it to be the crazy party guy, although there was obviously that involved. But I'm going to do it to get my pre-selection, get the women around me, and then meet these other girls and funnel them in, my old tricks. But now to get a girlfriend, I even came up with a spreadsheet that I built exactly on how to build my ideal girl. And I got with Anna, exactly what I wanted. And with that spreadsheet to give me clarity, I started this mission in October. We started dating in January. And I didn't know it was going to be Anna. At one point, I think in like December, I told her and the other entourage girls, I was like, I will pay you $10,000 if you introduce me to a girl that I make turn into my girlfriend. And I'm like, I'm going to get referrals on this shit. I'm going to, at worst case scenario, they introduce me to girls I hook up with, but don't actually, like, oh no, you have to make her my girlfriend. Anna was the only one who I saw right then. That was the first time I knew. She was disappointed.
That was because back in the day, I was like, I wanted to date you, but you didn't give me the time of day. But you liked everything.
So you were a fuckboy in her mind to begin with, obviously, but then, yeah.
Right. But every other of the other 5 girls were like, this is awesome.
I was like, he is so full of shit. I'm like, there's no way that you actually want a girlfriend. Because I was like,
she was the only disappointed one. And I'm like, that was like, wait a minute, she's in.
I was just kind of like, you're talking
Wait, so you offered her $10K if she found you a girlfriend. And you were kind of disappointed from that?
I was just kind of like, you're full of shit. You don't want to.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah, you were just like, because you saw the track record.
I'm just hanging out with you because you have girlfriends and you're like cool again. But even though we're not sexually with anything, but I was just kind of like, what the heck?
Yep. And then we turned it on. We took a cruise together, turned it on, ended up sleeping together, and then from there, we defined the relationship too, which I think was important because a lot of guys don't do that. I was
so stressed.
It's crazy how similar this story is to my wife and how we got together. It's like she thought I was a fuckboy, saw me being a fuckboy, basically was like, whatever, I'm over this guy. Not as much time passed, but it's so similar. It's really interesting because you and I have such a similar history, Jared.
We're like the same guy, except my friends think they're cooler. Like really, as soon as we had you on a podcast, they're like, we fucked up. We got the wrong Jewish guy. We should have been friends with Robbie. And I'm like,
I'm just a better catfish. So I don't know. We'll give him time. We'll see. Yeah. So that was, and you guys have been together for a couple years now?
Year and a half.
Yeah.
About a year and a half. So January 17th was our official anniversary. So we already had one anniversary and we're halfway to the second.
What made you kind of get over the whole Playboy lifestyle?
And for dating me or me personally?
No. Like when you made that conscious choice in your mind, be like, I don't want to be a fuckboy anymore.
I mean, it was look, I came out, it was a long time coming. So I wanted this earlier on, I would say in my early 30s or late 20s, whatever. I made the choice, I got married, right? But the marriage was an open relationship. So I never fully got it out because it was still like, I'm married, but I'm still going out hooking with girls. I'm like,
I remember when you got married and I was like, that's an interesting marriage because I knew you were very open. I met your wife, and it was just like
But it worked, but I was never like, sure. Here's the problem with that. I met her, I dated her, and if she's hopefully not listening, but great girl, and don't regret any of that. But it wasn't. There's something to be said of that feeling when you know, and that's just something I just didn't have with her that I have with Anna. And it was just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, like with her, I was like, all right, it made sense. With her, it made sense. I'm like, I got my girl, I can go out and do my thing, I can have my cake and eat it too. This is cool, right? After the divorce in 2019, I was like, well, I just been locked up in it was open, right? But I still had boundaries. I'm like, I'm going to go live my life for a good year or two, whatever, which I did. Enter Anna. And then again, I was like, you know what it turned into after about a year or a year and a half doing it again? It felt like playing a video game that was used to be really fun and really great, but like I've outgrown it, or it's just become, it's just like you can only play the same game so many times or watch. You're like, you can have the best movie in the world. Like this is your favorite movie. You can only watch it so many times before you're like, I know, like I love Star Wars, but I cannot be watching Star Wars every weekend.
I don't know. I've watched Iron Man about 200 times and I could watch it 200 more.
You're a bigger fuck.
Maybe that's the difference between men and women right there.
I don't know, but like something clicked where I'm just like, look, going out, yes, it's fun. Meeting the women, yes, it's fun. It's fun. I guarantee, like, granted, but it just got repetitive. I'm just doing it. How many threesomes do you need? How many tens do you need? How many cool shit? Like, it's just, if you're into a point, Dan Bilzerian talked about this, where he's like, I've been through thousands and thousands of women to learn that monogamy is the best thing. And it's just like, so with Anna, you know, we defined our relationship that day because she's like, you're a fuckboy, it's not going to work. And I'm like, well, I just got an open relationship.
Wait, what day are you talking about?
On the doc in your card.
Oh, okay, so the night before we hooked up for the first time since just being friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is the part I think most men don't get. You can define your relationship and have a frank and honest talk with the girl on what's okay. It's early on. You can't do it years later because it's like, no, like whatever. But like we early on, where I'm like, look, I don't ever want to cheat on you. I know me, and I know like you know my ways, whatever. But I want to do this right by you if we're gonna do this.
That's such an uncomfortable conversation. I felt weird having it because in his past relationship it was open, and I'm like, I cannot do that.
But I respected that. And I'm like, so what can you do? Like, what are you okay with and not? Like, let's be real. Like, let's talk frankly on this because I don't want to make a commitment that I'm not going to keep. I've never cheated on a girl. I never will. I'm going to keep that streak. I've never had to cheat before, right? So I'm like, if we can make this work, let's make it work. It was almost like a business negotiation, but like there's obviously more feelings involved, obviously. But I'm like, let's figure this out. And she's like, well, why, if you hooked up with a girl, why can't I be involved? And I'm like,
that was a different conversation.
I go, absolutely you can.
But you can't hook up with anyone
without her.
Because that's cheating. But I feel like if it's both of us, okay, that could be fun. That could be something to spice things up.
Which was, I did not have with my ex. She's like, with her, it was like, dude, don't ask, don't tell. And I'm like, I'd rather this. I don't want to be sneaking around hooking up with girls you don't know about. Like, I didn't like that. And with this, it's like, hell yeah. Wait, you're my wing girl now? Like, we have a partner in crime. We do this together. The irony is, you know, in the beginning, I was trying to abuse it. And she's like, come on, we got to limit this to like once a month. This is getting nuts. Yeah. In the beginning. And then since then, you know, now I think she's more about it than I am. I don't care.
It's too much. And now it's like nothing. I'm like, hey, it's okay once in a while.
But that's the irony. It's like, get me my kicks in. And now I'm like, I don't even care anymore. But in the beginning, it was like once a week, once every 2 weeks. She goes, we got to show this to once a month now. And I'm like, all right, that's fair.
So it sounds like you guys found a happy medium there.
It's been working ever since. And we've been happy.
How do you guys usually hunt? Who does more of the hunting or...
I do that. She can't hunt. She's not the.
I just tell them if I think they're hot or not.
She's the gives me thumbs up, thumbs down. I do all the heavy lifting.
I read a lot about someone based on how they present themselves on social media, which honestly I guess is kind of unfair. Someone could falsely represent themselves, kind of how I did when you saw me for the first time. But
my whole thing is I talk to the girls. Either I'll approach them or I'll meet them online or whatever. I'll get them sold on me. Because Anna's a little bit shy with that, so I'm just like, let me do my thing, let me work, and then once you're sold on me, I go, and for the big reveal, you get 2 in 1. I'll find, but and then be like, hey, I'll show the pictures of Anna, and then some girls aren't for it. Obviously, they're just like, whoa, nuts, and other girls are like, you know what? Yeah, I'm interested. Like, that's new. They're just wow. I'm like, how about this? Why don't we all go out, have some fun, you know, whatever, no commitment. Like, let's chill, whatever. We actually got catfish once.
Oh my God. So bad.
That was awful.
It was awful. This is the first time I've ever been catfished in my entire life.
Online or cold approach. We haven't done anyone on Social Circle. We haven't been introduced to. I guess that's a little bit weird. Yeah. It's like one of your friends.
I don't want to say her name, but.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, do I count? Yeah.
I don't want to say names.
We have one girl we kind of hooked up with Social Circle, but I think there's just mostly online.
Honestly, so funny enough, like how I got most of my dates was like online. I felt most guys when they would like try to like hit on me in person to be really creepy. I always felt safer like online dating than like meeting people in person and going out.
But it works with cold approach too. It works all. The only reason I don't think this works with social circle, because if you're in our circle, then by definition you're like friends with us in our group. And now do we want to keep seeing you? Like we don't necessarily want to see these girls on repeat. So the social circle stuff, I don't think works for what we're doing. Online is best, and non-online cold approach is fine.
I dated a girl a few years ago, and we had a similar setup, but we ended up hooking up with like most of her friends. And then, that turned bad, especially since, I wasn't very good about splitting the time. I was too focused. Like I wasn't into her enough. So I was too focused on like the new girl, and she could feel that. And that created lots of drama and problems and, so on and so forth. But
I don't want to mix that. When you got a good thing, you're just wrong with it. Like you got a good thing, keep it going.
So when you're hunting online, you've got like a solo profile, and then it's the reveal. Once she likes you, it's like, oh, by the way, it's a package.
We have done duo profiles before.
That doesn't work
as well.
Same thing with cold approach. I'd rather approach a girl on my own, talk to her, whatever, and is chilling with her, and then I'll bring her back and be like, by the way, this is my girl. Like, here's the reveal.
I know I tried doing it solo on my account, but like it was like really weird. It's like I was trying on Tinder and Hinge, and like there was a lot of other couples on there, and I'm like, yeah, we're not swingers. That's completely different.
Right.
And it was just very like I did not like the people that were popping up on mine. So he's way better at that than me.
The problem with cold approach with this is that their friends are there. And they're like, wait a minute, my friends are going to see me now go off with a couple. And it just gets a little, but it's not impossible. It just gets a little trickier to finagle.
Yeah, I found the same thing to work and not work. When I did, cold approach style, I would be the one to approach. I'd basically get the girl sold and then, introduce her to my girl.
I will say my first ever exposure to a threesome or to couple dating, this kind of stuff was when I was 21. So way back, I was dating a girl older than me, this girl, Megan, and she would do the approaching. I was also like 20. I'm like new to this. I was like not really coached. I was coaching, but I shouldn't have been. Put it that way. I was still like wearing eyeliner and shit. Like I'm trying to like look cool and whatever. But she was really good. I don't know. She was very simple. She would just be like, "Oh my god, I love your necklace," and she'd touch her chest and compliment her, and then bring her back and like a puppy or the cat with a bird in its mouth. It's like, look what I got. And I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. I'm just gonna play cool guy. She probably had to like excuse me. She's like, don't worry about him. I promise he's actually cool. Like, thank God she knew what she was doing, because I had no idea back then. I was very like, I can cube you if you want. Like, no, okay, Megan, take it away. Like I'm still like a baby. But that was my first ever exposure to doing it. And then after that, I'm like, oh, and I think that's why I was able to always have like frank relationship talks with my girls, because early on I learned I can have these kind of relationships and do things that way.
Well, I love hearing, these stories, especially since it's so similar to mine. Minus we don't, my wife is like bi-curious, but she's not really into it. And I know myself, and like I've had so many threesomes and group sex and did the whole swinger thing and the whole lifestyle thing for many years. I'm like a kid who I'm just an overindulgent motherfucker. Like I can't just be like, oh, I'll just do a little bit. It's like 100% or 0 for me. Like I have such an addictive personality. So I found that like I just need monogamy, no other options, and then I'm happy and I can just focus on work and business and that sort of thing.
Definitely simplifies things.
For sure. Because, I always found that it seemed to me anyways, that you did a really good job of both like growing your business and managing your own social life,
Thank you. I try. That's always like a joke of the struggle here. That's always a thing. It is very, very hard to start. It's not, now it's easier. I mean, when you're running a business, I think it's a lot easier. You can delegate whatever. As a startup, I would say 2019, getting the company to 6 figures, right? And if that was insanely hard with having a social life. I was probably going out one night a week, Friday night. And even then, it was literally just to like get content stuff for the business to show like, hey, I'm still social. I'm the data. Like I had to be for my business, right? Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have, honestly. But with that said, I got into the trap. So I believe if you're a business owner and you haven't hit the 10K a month mark, go all in. Like, don't get distracted with women. Don't get distracted. Like, don't have to be social. Like, just because starting a business was one of the hardest things I had to do, honestly. Probably second hardest. Probably learning game was the hardest, and this was the second hardest. However, once you get the 10K a month mark, now something interesting. You have a proof of concept. You know you're doing something right. You have money to reinvest in yourself. You can start delegating. So at that point, now what happens is it's become a habit of you being the startup guy, which is not really what you need in order to grow. So ironically, what got me to 6 figures is not what got me to 7 figures. I had to build up a team, a culture, and I had to give myself a life because I was going to get burned out real fast, just grinding and all the time. And now I was like, wait a minute. I'm preaching these guys have a social circle. I'm preaching these guys have a dating life. I'm not even doing that anymore. I'm the biggest hypocrite now. I'm literally just fucking grinding and stressing myself out and trying to do everything. And that got me to 6 figures, but it wasn't working. And I think COVID is what I broke. I think COVID happened. And I was like, now I couldn't have a social life. And I was just grinding away. And I was getting fat as hell. And I was getting really just bummed out, depressed, stressed, literally getting mental health issues. I was using all my inner game teachings to stop myself from going down the spiral. It was like going in a bad place, as a lot of guys were, back then. And then we come out of COVID, and I'm like, this has to change. I don't even care anymore. I got to do it. And then actually taking time for myself and going out again and dating and building a social circle and doing fun stuff. Like I cracked online dating during COVID. I'm like, I got 9 dates in 5 days. I'm like, no, who the fuck has time for this shit? So I had like turn off. I want to see how many dates I can get in 1 week. And I got 9 dates in 5 days. I'm like, I'm turning off this experiment because I have to run the company. Like this is getting insane. So when that started happening, I was like, wait, this is fun. I was missing this. And now I truly believe that like if you are running a business, doing your stuff, you can absolutely have your cake and eat it too. So I went from struggling with 6 figures, grinding and working nonstop, to hustle harmony, where now I'm dating. And around this time, building up my social circle, going out, having friends. That ironically is what got me to 7 figures.
What were those sort of like milestones? What changed along the way for you? So you're grinding away,
in terms of
to get to 6 figures. You're hustling for clients, signing guys up, and then what allowed you to kind of make the jump to like hiring people and building a team?
What made me build the jump? I think I think part of it's like luck. Like some of these guys just came along. A lot of my students came along, and I'm like, wait a minute, I could use you for this. Like you actually would be good in this role. Do you want to help? And they're like, I believe in your mission. I think that's what it comes in. If you've got a powerful mission that really is doing things, people are going to start coming into your life that align, they fuck with that mission. And you got to be aware enough to see their talent. And also, I can't believe I'm going to do this. Shout out to Fuji, honestly, for showing me what was wrong. So when I was in Fuji's operation, I will say this: phenomenal coach. I'll give praise where praise is due. Phenomenal coach. He's got a good heart. He's, his retention is insane. Business retention is insane. But this guy cannot market to save his life. It is what it is. Most people listening have no idea who DJ Fuji is, and there's a reason, because he doesn't market, right? So what I saw happening was the reason that was holding him back was perfectionism. Again and again and again, he had to do things his way. They had to be just right. It had to be perfect. And I was like, I am not making that mistake again. So when I brought someone in, I noticed they were doing things maybe 50% or 70% as good as I could do it. But I'm like, run, baby, run. I don't care. Like, you're freeing up my time. I'm going to give you that space to breathe, maybe I'm too lax now. Honestly, I should like tighten it up a little bit. But like, I give them like their space. I give them just to breathe. I'm like,
that's really hard to do as an entrepreneur, because it's like, it's your baby and you want it to be perfect. I'm not a perfectionist, but like, I hate the idea. I'm too Jewish, right? I hate the idea of someone like not doing it well. So it's like,
The Fuji stuff got that out of me, man. I really was like, I'd rather it done and we're honestly now granted there's management. Like I'm looking over it and I'm just like, I want them representing my brand correctly. And sometimes mistakes happen. There were times where like people are doing things. I'm like, I don't like, no, like this is not, we don't talk like this. It's not okay. People, for example, like I had a DM setter on her account who was like flirting with guys.
Oh yeah, I saw one message of him flirting. I was like, "What the hell is this? Get off my account!"
So I was like,
he was flirting like a gay setter.
No, he was like
he was like pretending like he was messaging guys to book a call, but he was flirting with them.
So we stopped it.
When a guy tries to flirt with me, I'm a coach. Like I don't entertain that.
Yeah. So that's why we like more of a personal touch now with all our stuff. So there's some mistakes and stuff along the lines, but ultimately you find people.
Oh, did you delegate any marketing?
Marketing, ads, setters. I delegated. I've hired agents. Some of the worst decisions in my life are hiring agencies. Are funny enough, like they don't care. They're just like throw stuff out, waste a lot of money. I can't tell you how many the amount of money I spend on agencies usually is a complete waste. When I spend the money on mentorship and I just learn how to do things on my own properly and then teach it properly in-house, that has worked always the best for me. Where it's like, let me invest in someone who knows what they're doing better than I do, learn from them, be able to do it myself, and now find someone who wants to be part of my team full-time or part whatever, but like you're going to do it the way I'm showing you because I know it works because I did it.
And then you can't get scammed
Exactly. Versus I'm a helpless baby. Do it for me. I don't know. Is this good? Is this bad? I don't know. Like, no, you got to take responsibility. Same thing works in dating, by the way. You know, some people are like, oh, just give me a matchmaker or just take over my account and do text for me. I'm like, this is not sustain. Like, this is not going to last. You're not changing anything. Get good on your own. That's going to help you.
For sure. Yeah. I see the guys, falling for the matchmaking shit time in and time out. It never works because they don't learn how to actually build attraction. Then they can't sustain attraction if they get the girl. So it's like,
and matchmaking is, I did not know how expensive that is. I'm like, what? I guess it's just an easier offer. Like you and I, we're like, we'll teach you how to fish for yourself again and again.
I mean, some of these guys,
like we will teach you how to fish.
I had a client who, he makes $1 million a year, no problem. He was considering a matchmaker that I think it was like $25,000 a month for like 1 or 2 dates.
The ones I know are like 30 or 50 for 6. So you're getting scammed, bro.
And like, luckily you didn't do it, but like, and what girls are signing up for those services? It's like, you kind of have to wonder because, a girl like Anna, I'm sure you get nonstop inbound leads. So it's like, why would you need to, extra?
I mean,
well, I feel like I say this, I feel like so. Like there's pros and cons to like different sexes when it comes to dating. Women, we get like a lot of abundance, but we don't really get like abundance of what we want.
There's a great phrase I heard a girl coin. I love it because it's so true. You go, the odds are good, but the goods are odd.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that sums up the women. Everybody's like, women have so many options, all these men, blah, blah, blah. And you're right. But here's the thing you guys aren't realizing. Your competition is awful. They're so bad. You have to compete against really, really clueless, bad your competition is laughable. If you clean yourself up, you know what the biggest complaint we brought a matchmaker on our podcast, and you know what she told us the women's biggest complaint is?
Like hygiene.
Yes, hygiene. They smell. They're like these. I'm like, what an easy fucking fix. And tell me I'm wrong, Robbie. There's always that one kid on the boot. There's always one. Every boot camp, there's one who comes in and you're like, you got to put on deodorant. Like, you stink. There's always one. There's always one smelly kid in the class. And you just got to tell them, what's up. But that's a problem with it. Like, they don't have someone telling them. They don't have proper guidance on this. And I don't know what you charge, but I'm sure it's within reason. Like, what we do is insanely cheaper compared to matchmaking, and it gives them an abundance.
Oh my God, amazing. It's
yeah.
Is that a King Charles Cavalier?
He's a king.
I love these guys.
He literally just flops around. He's still a puppy, but
and you've got an Aussie Shepherd, right, or something?
We have an Australian Shepherd too, yeah, but a tiny one.
So real quick, if you've ever gotten any value from this show and you have some wingmen or buddies that you think would get value too, I want to make a request. Let them know. Simply ask the bros in your life if they've ever heard of this podcast, and if not, send them the episode. That way, they're going to learn exactly what you're learning right now, and it could help you cultivate a perfect wingman. If you decide to go as far as tagging me and sharing me on social media, please let me know, and be sure to tag me at Robbie_Kramer, and I would love to say hi. Shoot me a line. So that's my only ask today. If you've ever gotten value here, please spread the word. All right, let's get back to the show.
These guys sting and they don't have anyone telling them what they're doing right. No, that's a big problem. So many guys come and they have these egos that are just not justified by anything really. Well, I've been with a girl, so let me tell you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You're going on one date every 2 months, maybe one date a month. You're getting catfish, you're getting ghosted. You're like, well, back in 2016, I slept with a real looker. And I'm like, your concept of good is crazy. Come out with me, bro. Point to any girl. Put me in like, come out with me. Just watch me go up and talk to any fucking girl.
Like, I love to play this game too when we're out with the guys. I'll be like scoping and they'll like get into like the game mode where they can approach anyone. And I'll be like, approach her, and he'll like get serious mode. And he's like, okay, let's go. And it's so funny because like you look over 5 minutes later and they'll be like laughing. Like
me, I go to see
you talking to the girl, you guys will be laughing, look over. But it's like so funny because like we know we call it out, but like go approach her and he'll be like serious mode, he'll walk over.
Let's do that. I'm like, more pay, battle time, let's go. I do turn it on. There's some guys I know who they're just always on. I don't know how they do it. You're just always on. Me, I'm like, all right, time to go, bro. Let's turn it on. Let's do the dance. Let's have some fun, whatever. But like, I don't know. These guys, the best way to crack their ego. I get them on calls, or everybody's so confident on the internet. Just come out with me, and let's start approaching, and let's see where the ego is. Let me point to a girl and see what you can do. And then you point to a girl, let's see what I can do. And then afterwards, let's discuss how good you feel you have it. Because it's just, that's the arena. That's the real shit. It's not talking anymore. Now let's walk the walk. Or show me your Hinge. Let's do that. Show me your everyday 50 plus matches on Hinge with attractive women. Oh, you don't have that? Then what are we talking about? Then stop thinking of a bunny. You're like, oh, I get 1 or 2 matches a week. I'm like, I'm over here seeing pretty at 20 like decent matches a day. 20 matches a day. And at least like 15 or 16 of them are actually attractive. So it's just like these numbers like don't make sense. I feel like they don't know what the parameter is. They don't know what they're capable of until they start actually maxing out their online dating. They don't know what pictures to use. They're just like, I know, I'm going to hire. Everyone has the same excuse or is the same idea. Like, oh, there's a revolutionary idea with online dating. I'm going to hire a photographer. I'm going to get professional photos, and that's going to exchange everything. I'm going to spend hundreds of dollars. I'm like, every one of my photos on Hinge, I use with that iPhone. I don't have one professional photographer, not one. I'll match you. Cold approach, they're like, I'm going to go and be myself. And I'm like, cool, go be yourself. What is yourself thinking right now? He's thinking run. He's thinking this shit, I don't know what to do. I'm like, yeah, because that in no other industry in the world are you like, you know what I'm going to do to play guitar on stage? I'm going to be myself. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work out when I go to the gym. I'm going to be myself and just feel out whatever weights, call to me in the moment. You know what I'm going to do? Business success? You're just not yourself enough, bro. You got to be more you for business. Like, no, it's all skills. This is like the one final frontier of the last like Disney lie of like, it's all just, be yourself, genuine, By the way, you can genuinely do this. I'm not saying don't be authentic. I'm not saying like be something you're not. I'm just saying be you with a skill set. So for example, someone had to teach you when you meet someone for the first time to shake their hand. You don't like kiss their knee
or sniff their arm.
If you're an alien, you don't know anything better. You might kiss a knee. You're like, I don't know. But someone taught you to meet someone. That's the polite thing. That's the correct thing to do. You look them in the eye, you shake their hand. So if you understand that concept, that doesn't change who you are. That doesn't make you not you. That's just a skill that you've added to you. then you will understand every single concept I teach, because I'm just layering on top of that. It goes beyond just shake a hand. It goes when to kiss her, how to kiss her, the proper date structure, how to lead the date, the type of humor patterns to use that are still yours. So I don't know about you. I've got away from the routine stacking and all that kind of stuff. I do want guys to shine. I just want them to, it's cliche, but I want them to be their best self. And you only do that by
I try to template all the things that you can template. Like, here's a structured way to take a girl on a date. Here's kind of the structure of a good interaction. But yeah, obviously, if you try to script everything out, you just come across as a bad actor most of the time.
Yeah, no actor does that. There's not one actor that goes on the Tonight Show and is like, let's just wing it. Or they're really bad if they are. They know their stories. They pre-plan their stories. They pre-plan what they're going to talk. Like, no actor's like, I'm just going to go on and be me and let's see what. No, it matters. You're putting your best foot forward. No one's showing up to a job unless you're retarded. I've never used the word, the R word. Like an R day, it's okay to say it. But maybe you're going to be unless you're the R word, you show up to the job interview prepared.
Well, I mean,
you do your research.
You're talking about business and the similarities with dating. It's like, it's very normal to hire a business mentor or to get, to learn a skill, to get coaching. But it's like that.
Fitness coach.
It's like that most guys are like, oh, I don't need that for dating. And it's like, how the fuck has that not yet? I feel like it's getting more mainstream. There's more and more guys that are comfortable with the idea of coaching. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of moving in that direction, but forever, it's been one of those taboo things.
I know therapy is like more acceptable now. Back in the day, if you said you were in therapy, it's like, oh, what's wrong?
Honestly, women need to pick up on this, because when women are telling guys you need therapy, I want to date a guy that goes to therapy, they really mean a dating coach. They don't really mean that. Therapy takes. I am a therapist. I've been a licensed therapist, and therapy takes a decade to really be effective. The stuff me and you do, it takes months. Give me a good 4 to 8 months with pretty much any man, I'll transform.
Well, I think it's mainly like what works is exposure therapy, right? Get out, do stuff.
We're doing the real psychology. We're in the trenches, actually doing we're not just like sitting on a couch once a week and just like crying about mama. We're like, let's handle the problem. Like, what is going on here? Let's do the real work. It's like, everybody wants to do inner work because it's easy. They want to sit under a lotus blossom and meditate. They want to do ice cold plunges. They want to read books. They want to journal. They want to do everything in their power that doesn't have them take action to actually do the problem. So if you want to do work on yourself, do the outer work. Do approaches. Go make friends. Start throwing events and see who comes out. Start doing drills where you practice your conversation skills, your humor skills. That's why I'm going to rebrand my company to Outer Confidence. All right, we're outer.
I'll do future success or past success.
There you go, future success. It's light years ahead of its time.
You heard of modern success? Yeah, that's old. Future success.
Future.
I wanted to ask you, because we riffed about this when I was on your show a couple days ago, and that's you and I, we talk a lot about social circle, cold approach. Like, there's so many coaches out there that like they either just do one or the other, but like they're missing the whole thing. You can't just be like only social circle. Like, Michael Sartain, I just talked to a guy who was going through MOA, and he's like, dude, I went through MOA. It's been 8 months. I got these amazing photos, and like, I'm not getting any matches, and I've talked to 0 girls. I'm like, well, have you approached anyone? No. Like, you're
well, they shit on cold approach. Like, don't cold approach. Yet so I have some insight. I don't want to get too into it, how I know this stuff, but basically I have, guys who've been in that space, in the MOA space, and they still cold approach because they're like, their structure is get a table, maybe the head guy sets them up with a table, whatever. And then they're like, now go talk to women. What do you call it? It's cold approach. But they'll say that's social circle.
I mean, it's like, what I found difficult about it, and maybe he's, I'm not trying to shit on his thing, because what I've seen is that he's marketing to guys with the like become a celebrity, logo celebrity within 25 days or whatever. It's like, yeah, if you're already cool, you're already social, and you just need to like, grease the right elbows and a little push and blah, blah, blah. You can do that, right? But like most of the guys that I encounter who are interested in that, they want more dates, right? And it's like, yeah, great. If I can be a celebrity, I don't really give a shit about that. What I really want is a cool girlfriend, or I want dates. But they're not like, they're lacking either the social skills to like go ahead and become that local celebrity or to make that connection. And they're not really putting themselves out there at all, or they hate nightclubs in the first place and they don't want to go do that.
I was just about to say, I get a lot of guys coming in who want to dominate the nightclub scene, the bar scene. They want to be the man, and we show them step by step exactly how to do it. I also get guys who come in who are like, I do never want to go to a bar or nightclub again. I just want to get out of the dating game, and we show them step by step how to do it. And that's the thing that's kind of the bane of my existence. And every business coach I've ever had tells me the same thing. And this is the one time where I don't listen to the advice. And it goes more of I understand it's smart, but this goes into my philosophy. I'm not going to limit how I help someone. Meaning, I know I can take 20-year-old Tommy and make him the lord of the nightclub and know all the promoters and walk into that club with 15 beautiful women. I've done it. I also know I can help 40 or even 60-year-old Billy never have to go to a nightclub again, meet their dream girl, and settle down and live like the family life. I've done it. Like, I don't care where you're coming from. So my offer and my marketing is like, we'll help you with online dating, with your cold approach, with your social circle. We'll teach you how to keep the girl. Hell, with Modern Success, we even have guys teaching business advice from an 8-figure CEO. He makes $1 million a month. He's my personal mentor who's helping my guys out because he's a friend of mine. Social circle, right? Fitness coaching, time management. Like, we have it all here in-house. The issue is, if you're, it comes off with the whole jack of all trades thing versus
you need a niche market. You market to everyone, you market to no one.
They want me to niche. They want me, and I'm like, I'm not niching. Like, I can help any of these problems. I have an amazing team. And I'm helping out with fashion, social media. Like, I'm not niching. I'll segment. I'll do some ads or some stuff for this group, But at the end of the day, I'm not going to limit how I can help a guy. Right? So I will say that the head of the MOA shit, he's smart because he's like, cold approach is dead. This is the way to go. This is the key thing. I'm like, it's snitching. It's smart, but it's just limiting the ways you can actively help. And that's the biggest complaint I see when guys do these kind of programs is they're like, maybe it's all online dating, but you suck in person, so it doesn't help you. Or maybe you're building up a social circle, but you're from a small town and you don't have all these, you don't live in Las Vegas and all this stuff, right? So you can't do these elite circles, or you don't want to spend all your time every waking hour throwing elite events and like literally having tons of people doing party scenes night after night. You just want to meet a nice girl, So it's like with us, I want to get to know every single student that comes in, personally get to know them, and then figure out what is a custom strategy for you. And then we can use our teachings and what we have here that makes sense for you. But that's the bane of my business.
That's been the bane of mine too. I don't have as big of a team as you, of course. I prefer to be very streamlined and maybe that's a leak that I have in my whole business development. It's just hiring people. I find hiring people, but I don't know. I tend to have my sort of priorities drift, or people come in and out, whatever. But like the whole,
I think you get, I will say on that, maybe just for you as friend to friend, like I think you get your B players homegrown, which means from your little networks, from students or whatever, little referrals, you're gonna get your B players. And then when you have the B team started in place, you steal A players.
That's smart.
You literally find I mean, you've seen some of the coaches or Cosmo and some of the best in the world. I'll put up against anyone. I would steal that. I would find yo, I could do you better if you come here. I have setters and salespeople on my team. They worked for Jeremy Miner, Ryan Panetta. These are big names in the sales world, but I had to coax them over, and I got to game them and wine and dine. And then you deal with the guys who are A players, but they have egos and they're divas, and you got to deal with that shit and that type of thing. But you start building the team and the culture, and you get guys becoming friends with each other, and it becomes fun. It becomes a family. So you gotta you slowly but surely build. I did make the mistake of trying to scale too fast. So I tried to hire everyone for every job, boom, boom, boom. No, I learned the hard way. That's not the way to do it. One by one by one, invest in them. Now, what I'm trying to do is a harder thing. I'm trying to build my team under my team, meaning I have each piece in place. Now I'm trying to show my team leaders how they need to have 3 to 5 people under them to support and help them. And that's really hard because now I'm like hands off. I'm like managing one guy. I got to trust him to manage people under him. So I'm like, I learned how to do it all on my own, solopreneur. Then I had to learn how to pass the ball and be on the team. Now I have to learn how to just be on the fucking sidelines as a coach and just be like, you're the team captain. Figure it out. Talk to me. I had to mentor, coach you on how to run your team, which works for me. It's like layers to this. Like, I don't even know how many layers are in fucking Amazon and Jeff Bezos has to go through. Like, it's insane. But you got to just hope to God all the wheels are in motion. They're doing what they got to do, because at the end of the day, if anything's not working, they blame you.
Yeah. How are you segmenting your time from like a coaching standpoint? Are you still, doing any coaching or?
Oh yeah, no, that's another thing. So again, all my business mentors are like, you need to shine and be CEO. No, I'm never going to be a billionaire. I'm never going to because I know where my limitations are, either morally or philosophically or with my own energy. I genuinely want to coach these guys. I genuinely want to help them. I want to see the transformation exchange. I started, it was actually just recently, I started pulling back, and I still did like one call a week. I was doing one coaching call or whatever. I was not doing any boot camps. I was passing the torch. I was like, I got so many great coaches under me. I'm not needed. So I'll just take a step back, and you've got my courses and you got my products. And I wasn't liking it. I wasn't happy. I want to actually be there. Sometimes it's draining. Don't get me wrong. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't want to be up till 4 a.m. and whatever. But at the end of the day, I genuinely want to be hands-on. And I learned that about myself over these last like 6 months or so. And so I made actually a resurgence of coming back and being hands-on. I'm doing one-on-one calls more with my guys now. I never used to do that. Now I'm like talking to them more. So they like it. I like it. Is it scalable? No. But ultimately, I think it has the highest just overall reward. And again, I still have my team. So it's like, let's say, we want to go to Australia, which we did for a week. See ya. Like I can pass the ball for a bit. Let's say I get sick, like God forbid, like Robbie, like you get sick or something. I'm like, the machine keeps moving.
I've seen you guys. I love some of the the shorts and the reels that you guys have put out together. It's great.
That's the one thing I can't delegate. That's the one thing where it's like, till the day I die, we're gonna have to do content, but we have fun, dude. I mean,
how much time are you guys spending on?
I don't know. I do like the content game.
Content's fun. At first, it was a little hard because it's funny because I'm a perfectionist, and he's just like, yeah, he hates it. He's like, just record more. I'm like, no,
one take, go.
Like, if I stumble on words, if I like say something wrong, redo. And he's like, oh my God.
I'm telling you, it's Fuji. I saw perfection. I saw day by day for 8 years how bad perfectionism is, and I got like traumatized. I'm just like, I don't just get it out, just get shit out. Like, let's just do things and then learn after. Now, granted, if things aren't working, I'm like, all right, let's clean it up and make it better. Hopefully anyone who's been watching my content noticing is getting better and better, whether it's edits, whether it's what content we're putting out. I'm a
person on social media, so I'm like, I want everything to look really nice. I don't want a crappy background. I don't want so. I'm
all for growth, but I think that's just done through practice and trial. Just like code approach. You can't be a perfectionist when you're doing code approach. You got to just kind of like, let's just see and let's make it better next time and next time and next time.
How often are you guys filming content and preparing content? How big of a piece of that?
Once a week. We have one content day every Tuesday, content day.
He does more bulk. He can record for hours. I prefer to do a few hours. So I don't get it as much as him done in a day, but
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you one thing we got.
So you write it the same day and then you record it right after, or you?
I don't even write it. So what I do.
That's the thing. He doesn't write it. I have to write it.
Yeah. So I have my team for that. I just want to be like, all
his team does is give him like titles.
The hooks.
He gets hooks, and he's like, I've been doing this for so long. I could come up with anything. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm still new. I need to write everything down. I want everything to I want to properly be able to teach something.
Here's how it works. My team will come up with the hooks. They'll look at what's trending, skits, hooks, whatever, interview questions, all of that. And then they'll set up, then I'll grab this room set up differently, the podcast set up. I mean, you saw Monday night is like our podcast night. So we'll shoot the podcast Monday night. I guess it's like 1.5 days. We'll do podcast Monday night. I'll go to bed. I wake up. I got my hooks. I got all my stuff to do. I'll have like 40 pieces of content I need to shoot. After that, I got to hit the streets like a hooker and start interviewing, random girls. Let's interview this shit now. And now the next thing I want to do, now I can't do this Tuesday, so I'm actually going to do it tomorrow. I think it's the first day. I got the glass. I'm then going to do some cold approach back and do infield footage again. I always found it cringe. I've always found it, but like people deserve to see it. I see so much bad stuff that's out there, and I think things have died down with what's cool, what's not cool, whatever, and it's just working and trending. So I'm like, screw it. Let me play with this now and maybe get some infield footage just from like POV footage.
I just did that last week. I had some guys in town for a little immersion, and they were like, go approach. I'm like, all right, here we go. So it was fun.
But are you recording it?
I have a rig, a camera and hidden like the mics and all that shit. And I asked them to record, but they're not good at it like I am. Because here in LA, the way I do it is we'll all like pile into my car. I have a big SUV, and we'll just drive up and down Melrose because that's where all the girls are walking. And then, we'll see one. The guy will jump out of the car, and I'll pull over and I'll film from the car, and he's on a wireless mic. And I'm really good at filming and driving and getting the vantage points, but like I had them try to film me. It didn't work. They totally fucked up.
Just do the glasses. It's simple.
Yeah, one of the guys had the glasses. Those Ray-Bans, right?
Yeah, the Ray-Bans.
So way easier.
Simple. Put it on. So I'm excited to start using it. In some like latest reels, you can see me wearing it as I'm interviewing them. I'm like playing around, testing it. I'm like, it works. It's good.
Well, dude, this has been awesome. And Anna, thank you so much for coming on and providing your sense, and I loved hearing that story. So
it was nice to meet you.
You too. Tell us, where can we find you guys for people listening?
I think the best way, like you can go to the website modernsuccess.com. The modern success, yes, your fantasy. You could go and you go to my Facebook or what. I think the best thing, if you're new to this is your first exposure to me, Instagram. I would say, like, just DM me, follow me, and I'll tell you what. If you're following Robbie, say Robbie and then the word gift. So I know you came from Robbie, and what I'll do is I'll send you my free gift website. You can do it with me. You can do it with Anna. So my Instagram is the Jared Laurence. I love the, I guess. The Jared Laurence. You can see this, my name right there. Anna is the Daily Flirt. Also that. The Daily Flirt, the Jared Laurence. You can message either one of us. Just say you came from Robbie, send me Robbie's podcast, and say the word gift, and I will send you my link. And in this link, I literally think I offer better free shit than most other coaches have you pay for, because in here, I give you access to my Facebook group where I do coaching every week on there, and a lot of freebies and cool shit. I give you access to my YouTube course that shows you my best stuff with online dating, cold approach, social circle building attraction, and keeping a girlfriend, like how to make her your girlfriend. So you get my YouTube course, my Facebook group, you get my book, How to Meet Your Dream Girl Tonight, my other book, The Psychology of Modern Flirting. You also get my newest thing, my ghost busting guide. This is copy and paste. So if you ever had a girl flake on you, if you ever go ghosting you, just copy and paste these strategies in, and we turn that around immediately. That actually came from an obsession, because I started doing research going, I wonder what these other dating coaches are teaching on ghosting. And every single one, it was just the same shit of move on. Just move on. If this girl ghosts you, she's not worth your time. Move on. And I'm like, yes. And I don't necessarily disagree, but the hacker in me, the solution was like, there's gotta be a way to turn it around though. There's gotta be a way to stop this girl ghosting. So I made it my mission to figure out all the best strategies to stop this. And sure enough, they worked for me. They were from my guys.
Well, they worked with Anna, you so book, there you go.
Yeah. So DM me the word gift on Instagram or Anna. Say you're from Robbie. I got your back. I'll just send you this stuff for free.
Well, dude, this has been great. Thank you so much, guys. And we'll be back on, I'm sure. You've been on what, 4 other times? You probably get the blanket now, and
I get the blanket. Next time I see you, I better get a dope ass 5th time award. This is my 5th time on his podcast. So in SNL, they get like a gold jacket. He gives me a jizz rag, but whatever. I'll take what I can get.
All right, guys. Peace. See you later. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you're a regular listener and you're digging our content, do me a favor, leave us a 5-star review. It's how other people learn about the show and how we can spread the word. If you don't feel like it's worthy of 5 stars, just go ahead, don't leave any review at all. And I want to let you know that we've opened up a few slots in our exclusive community. We're accepting applications to join our select group of men and experience the radical power of accountability, step up your game, cross everything off your sexual bucket list, and become a beast at accomplishing all of your goals. To learn more and apply, go to innerconfidence.com/community.